Hey, what's up everyone? I wanted to let everybody know that I'm going to be starting a new series on my YouTube channel that's going to be called What Does the Research Say? And the reason that I'm doing this is because I feel like there's so much information out there that's either somebody's opinion or that's just pure fiction. So I want to cover so many different topics that have to do with like weight loss, weight training, anything that has to do with physique changing, performance, anything like that. I want to cover all those topics. And what I'm going to be doing with covering those topics is I'm going to be citing the actual research that was done to make sure anything that I'm talking about is fact, based off scientific data that was taken in a study. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. I think it's going to be something new, and I think it's going to be really beneficial for a lot of people. So look out for that. It's coming real soon. So we're going to dive right into episode number 1, and we're going to start it with a heavily debated topic that I bet a lot of people would like to know what the research really says, and that is fasted cardio better for fat loss than regular cardio? So first, let's identify why someone would believe that fasted cardio would be more beneficial than regular cardio, okay? So when you go a long period of time without eating, in a fasted state, that would then lower blood sugar that's circulating in the system, which would then lower glycogen levels, which would then force your body to use fat cells during exercise. That would be the thought behind it. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. You can't tell your body what cells to use during exercise. And I'll give you a quick example, okay? If your body decides to use fat cells during exercise, then it's more likely to utilize carbohydrate consumption post-exercise. Okay, so let's really dig into this now. So we also have studies that have shown that training in a fasted state actually has a catabolic effect, which would have a really negative response to your body's overall metabolism. So if our overall goal is to burn fat, we want to make sure that we have the strongest metabolism that we possibly can. So we know that adding lean tissue or muscle to the body is really the only way to increase your overall metabolism. So when training in a fasted state, studies have shown that it can be catabolic, which catabolic means that it actually will utilize the protein cells or the muscle as the energy source during the exercise in a fasted state. So in the long term, you could actually end up losing muscle and doing damage to your metabolism, so it would actually be very counterproductive. Okay, so let's also take a look at some other factors, okay? The first one would be, as most of you would know, as the afterburn effect, or the EPOC, which would be excess post-workout oxygen consumption, and that is what we would consider generating a lot more burn after the workout. That's why it's the afterburn effect, okay? Well, studies have actually shown that if you eat before you exercise, EPOC, or the afterburn effect, will actually be increased post-workout. So inevitably, we would end up generating even better calorie burn. And here's the other thought process that maybe you were just thinking. Well, then if we ate before we worked out, then our body would use the carbohydrate as an energy source, and yep, we would generate more fat cell utilization post-workout. So inevitably, we probably would end up burning more fat in that response. If that makes sense. So what you will see a lot of is people that still continue to do the fasted cardio, the pre-workout, the pre-breakfast cardio, all that type of stuff. But we have enough data now that shows that it is definitely not beneficial. Now let's also look into the amount of intensity that we are talking about with the cardio training in the fasted state, okay? So one would be if you generate a little too much intensity, so let's say you're not training at a super low intensity, okay? Like maybe a very slow walk. Let's say that you're training with a moderate or to a high intensity, like some interval type training. What will happen actually is that your body will generate a lot more fatty acid breakdown during that movement, and there won't be anywhere for those fatty acids to be utilized because there will be too many of them. So what will happen is they will actually be shot back into the fat cells, so we didn't make any progress with that either. So that's about as much as I can sum it up. The majority of the information that I got was from a very smart fitness mind individual. His name is Brad Schoenfeld, and the guy just definitely knows what he's talking about. He has a PhD. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of What Does the Research Say? There's going to be a lot more to come, and I just want to provide facts for you guys. Maybe there's a lot of you out there right now doing fasted cardio, and you don't know why. I mean, it sucks, let's be honest, right? So, or you might be working with a coach that has you doing fasted cardio. Well, maybe now it's time to challenge the coach and say, why am I doing it fasted? So I hope you guys really enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already for many more videos to come, and that's it.